Welcome back to the fourth part of my VeggieTales VHS collection. So, now we left off with Esther the Girl King Queen. So now let's begin. First, we have two copies of the 2001 Water Team, which is Law of the Kind Viking. Let's do the green team copy first. Here's the tape. Okay, print date is visiting from February 22nd, 2001. And then we have the 2000, another copy. This one's a black tape, which got a factory seal, printed on June 9, 2002. And then we have the 2001 Lyric Studios VHS. This is the last episode released by Lyric Studios in the mass market before it got closed down for good in the 2001. That's where it got terminated from Bitterness Productions Partnership. Here's the tape from March 16th, 2001. This is printed for St. Patrick's Day of that year. We're not showing the promo stuff or anything, just the tapes itself and the print dates, and that's it. Besides, it'll make the video too long. Now, moving on, we have the 2002 Warren Home Video VHS of Law of the Kind Viking. Got a factory seal as well. From August 14th, 2002. And then we have the 2003 Warner Team Class VHS of Law of the Kind Viking. Here's the tape. Time for load the printer this week. Oh, it's so hard to see the print date. It's faded. Then we have the 2003 Warner Home Class VHS of Law of the Kind Viking. Here it is. Printed on February 24th, 2003. Printed 10 days after Valentine's Day of that year. And then we got the 2004 Warner Team VHS. Still Warner Team tape, same casing, but as the same proof as on the East Coast, 2004 VHS, which we'll get to them momentarily. Printed on October 10, 2004. Invisible ink. And then we have the 2005 Sony Warner VHS. Here it is. Printed on December 6, 2005. It's got a big crack right there. But the tape should work just fine. And then we move on to the Ultimate Still Song Countdown, the 2001 Warner Team VHS. Here it is. Printed on August 20, 2001. Now we move on to two copies of 2001 Hero Team VHS. This is the early print, and this is the late print. We'll start the early print. Here it is. From July 26, 2001. Then we have the later print, which comes in a black tape, which is rare. Printed on March 15, 2002. And then we have 2002 One Home Video, which has the Ultimate Still Countdown, which it does not come in here because it has one Home Video barcode sticker right here. I don't know why they put that in the 2002 case, but oh well. Here's the tape. Printed on October 29th, 2002. Then we got the 2003 Visual Class VHS, the Ultimate Still Countdown from One Home Video, which I need to get the 2003 Warner Team Class VHS, the Ultimate Still Countdown. Because I used to have that tape, but I donated it. From February 25th, 2003. Move on to Here's the Bible, starting with the Lion Shows and Queens of Mine. The 2002 Warner Team VHS. Here's the tape with an ink label. Printed on February 8th, 2002. Invisible ink. It's from Warner Entertainment, that is. They did a lot of printing visibility until 2006. They stopped making VHS tapes in 2006 because Sheila Coleman's the Golden Ruler. It's lots of VHS episodes on VHS. Now we got the Hidden Routine VHS copy. It comes in a taller clear shell. This one's a black tape copy, which is rare, hard to find, by the way. Printed on March 22nd, 2002. Printed 5 days after St. Patrick's Day of that year. Now we got the 2002 warranty, which is a stand tall, stand strong. Not showing the problem stuff again. Just the tapes. I think it's printed in 2003. Yeah, it's hard to see the printed invisible ink. I just don't have time to look for it. Oh. Making sure. Next is the Hidden Routine VHS copy. Which is also a black tape copy. Printed March 23rd, 2002. I know Andrew's Movie Corner has this tape. Now we want to Jonah Sing Along Songs and More. The 2002 Warner Team VHS copy. This was the release for Jonah VHS movie, which is coming to theaters in the year 2002. Which was released in October 4, 2002. Which was released on my dad's 21st birthday that year. Here is the tape with an ink label. Alright. Printed on July 3rd, 2002. Printed before Independence Day that year. Now we have the one on video copy. Here is tape with a different ink label. Same print date. Now we want to Jonah of VHS movie. Starting with the 2003 Artisan printing. Because I don't have the corn copy at all. Hoping you get that tape someday in the future. Here it is. Alright, print dates and something from, let's see, February 2nd, 2003. Print on ground day that year. I'm not showing the print stuff at all. Just tapes and that's it. Like this Canadian printing. That's a different ink label this time. Cost was $270 to $360. This is my favorite movie, 2002, which is Jonah of VeggieTales movie. Well, the best, which is my favorite movie, 2002. Moving on to the next episode, which is my favorite VeggieTales Christmas special, The Star Christmas, 2002, which is 2002 Word Team VeggieTales copy. Okay. Here is the ink label. This one's a green tape. Alright. Printing is business link from October 5th, 2002. No, wait, October 3rd, 2002. My bad. This tape is printed through. This is a Jonah VeggieTales movie. On my dad's 21st birthday that year. We're not done with it because I have the one on video copy, which I got factory sealed. Has a different ink label this time. Put on November 21st, 2002. Not showing the booklet inside. Oh. And we're still not done, however, because I have the 2003 reprint of The Star Christmas, which has different previous 2003. Here it is, with the same ink label as on the 2002 VHS version. Put on September 29th, 2003. Then we got the 2003 warranty VHS copy of the Wonderful World of Entertainment. From 5 days ago, this episode turned 23 years old. That's VeggieTales episode. Here's the tape. Printed visibly from April 16, 2003. Then we have the one-home video copy. Right here. Here's the tape. Oh. Printed April 16, 2003. We got 2 more episodes before we stop there for the 5th and the final part. Moving on to the next episode, which is my favorite episode of all time, which is The Battle of Joe, 2003 VHS. Let's start with the 2003 warranty VHS copy, which is an ink level copy. And this is the last of VeggieTales I'm supposed to use the 2001 VeggieTales theme song, by the way. Here's the tape with an ink label. Alright. Time for the printing is July 18, 2003, Invisible Ink. Not showing the promo stuff or anything. That's also the ink level copy. Same with the stick level copy. Which got a factory sealed. So we're going to keep that for sure. Okay. September 9th, 2003 is the printed Invisible Ink. And then we have the 2003 one-home VHS copy of The Battle of Joe. Here's the tape with an ink label. Printed September 6, 2003. And then we have 2 copies of the 2004 Sony Warner VHS. Let's start with a stick label copy. But you thought it's got different proofs, but however though, that's the same stuff as on the 2003 VHS with 2003 previews. Here's the tape. Okay. For the 35th week, 2003. If you look it up here, yes, it's a little bit damaged right here. But hey, the tape should work right here. Hope we get a new copy of this label. Then we have the plastic label copy right here. Printed March 24th, 2006. Now on to the last episode of this part, which is an Easter Carol. We have the 2004 warranty VHS copy. Look at this. It's white tape with a neat ink label. Put on January 16, 2004. Invisible Ink. Then we have 2004 Warhome Video VHS. This one's a green tape. Print March 10, 2004. This is a late print in the year 2004. Then we have this warranty VHS and East Carol. Here's tape. Speeding up actually. Print on February 2nd, 2005. Print on ground year that year. And lastly, the Sony Warner VHS. Here's tape. Print on the 2nd, 2005. Well guys, stay tuned for the final part, and peace out.